All right, we're talking about modeling, algebraic modeling. So there's lots of different situations where we can use algebraic expressions to actually figure out something such as a problem, which I'll show you below with words. To apply an expression, the pronumerals should be clearly defined, and then you substitute the known values for those pronumerals. So we're actually getting to work it out, which is something we really like to do. So now we know that the perimeter of a rectangle is given 2 times the width plus 2 times the length. So W actually stands for the width, and L stands for the length. So if I do myself here like a width and a length, it's a bit longer. So you can see this is the width, and there's 2 of them that should be the same if it was a good rectangle. And these are the length. So all we're going to do is do substitution. So we will first of all write out what the equation is. And remember, this is the same as saying 2 times the width plus 2 times the length. I should use a little L. But to make it more algebraic and to keep it nice and tight, putting them next to each other means multiply. And so the next term is 2L. And then we're going to actually put in what W and L stand for. And so that equals, that's the same as 2 times, I'll put it in brackets, what was W? 4, added to 2 times, because remember there's 2 widths, there's 2 sides, and there's 2 sides of that. 2 times 7, because 7 is the value of L. So 4 times 2 is 8, plus 7 times 2 is 14. So the total perimeter equals 8 plus 14, which is 22. So all we did was do our substitution with that. So to find the perimeter of a rectangle with this width of 3 and length of 8, it's the same thing. We start by writing what we know. 2 times the width plus 2 times the length is going to give us our answer. So 2 times substituting 3 for our width plus 2 times a length of 8. And now we know we're talking in centimeters, by the way. That's the same as 6 plus 2 times 8 is 16. So the perimeter answer equals 16 plus 6 is 22 centimeters. Fascinating. So now if we want to write expressions, now we're going to take some information and we're going to express that as an algebraic expression so we can work it out. So what we want is the total cost in dollars of 10 bottles, and we know that each bottle is going to cost X amount. So it's pretty simple. If we have 10 bottles at X amount, it's 10 times X. Or the simpler and more correct way to write it is 10X. And this is handy because the way of the world, sometimes each bottle might cost $5, and then another time of the year when things are different, it might cost a little bit more. But that formula still remains true. 10 times X, the cost of those bottles, will give us the total cost of the 10 bottles. Now, here's some real life stuff. Total cost in dollars for hiring a plumber for N. N is the number of hours we need this plumber for. So the plumber is going to charge a one-off fee. This call-out fee means no matter how long it takes the plumber to do the job, she's going to charge a $30 fee. And then that's the length of time at $60 per hour. So what we know is we have a $30 call-out fee. So that's got to be in there. And to that, we add $60. But how many $60? 60 times the number of hours we have. And we know that a better way to write that is 30 plus 60n. Now, because addition, like multiplication, is associative, I could write 60n plus 30. Doesn't matter. I wrote it that way because that's the order of the wording. It doesn't really matter. So here we got a plumber that charges $60 an hour and a $30 call-out fee. Now, a different plumber pays to shop around, charges a $60 call-out fee. Good Lord. Plus, but it's less per hour. Oh, okay. All right. And now we're going to write an expression that we know we've got an 8-hour job. I don't know what these people have done that this plumber needs to spend 8 hours, but it's a good job for the plumber. So let's see what it's going to cost us. So the total cost for this is going to be call-out fee of $60. That's not going to change. That is what we call a constant. That's one fee that we pay. And to that, we add $50 times the number of hours. And in this case, we know the number of hours. So 60 plus $50 per hour, and that's 8 hours. That's 60, gosh, it's a bit sloppy, I apologize, times $400. So the call-out fee plus the hourly rate of $50 times 8 gives us a whopping $460. So what's the lesson here? Become a plumber. And here are your exercises.